I'm happy to introduce you Andrea Bonaceto. It is founding partner and CEO of Eterna Capital. We have some questions about blockchain technology and conference. Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
What do you think about the conference? Is it interesting or not? What is your opinion?
It's definitely interesting. I just joined an investors panel. I think we had a quite interesting discussion. The conference is very broad. Let's say it's not only about blockchain, it's also about IoT, AI. But I think it's quite interesting for a lot of people.
We have several questions for you about blockchain technology. The first one, what do you think about blockchain? Is it really useful for the modern world, or is just modern technology?
Well, I think it's useful. That's why we launched a fund that just invests in blockchain technology. I think there are many applications for blockchain technology. There are many use cases. Now we have started seeing adoption from large corporates as well. Just yesterday, we have seen Facebook launching their own cryptocurrency. So I do think that blockchain is definitely a transformative technology. It could be something as big as the internet in terms of how it can transform society. And we're still at the very early stage in the end. So we're very much looking forward now of a set of decentralized applications built on top of blockchain platforms. There are many use cases in the data management side, supply chain, cloud computing, peer-to-peer trading or renewable energies. Are really countless applications where blockchain technology can play a crucial role.
Do you think that blockchain and cryptocurrency always go hand in hand?
Well, they go hand in hand for public blockchain for sure, because a public blockchain, in order to function, needs to have a cryptocurrency. If you don't have a public blockchain and you have other kind of solutions, you might not even have a cryptocurrency for it. But in general, people sometimes like to say, yeah, we really like blockchain, but we don't like cryptocurrencies at all. It depends. Cryptocurrency is one of, headlines you see sometimes. It's around, money laundering, criminals are using it to trade among each other. But the reality is that the problem around that mostly lies between the checks from the fiat world, so the euros, the dollars, and the cryptocurrency space. So basically, once you are on the blockchain and you have a cryptocurrency, and from that point onwards, you are traceable. So I know every transaction you did. Now, the problem is that if you have illicit transactions done in the real world, and then there are not the right checks, you basically start fresh on the blockchain, right? That's the main problem. But in a situation where, let's say, our kids are born on the blockchain and the first purchase they make is with a cryptocurrency, is everything extremely transparent. There's no way for anyone to bypass that.
How can blockchain improve financial sector, financial services? What do you think?
Well, it can improve the financial sector massively, I think. We have already seen, as I said, large corporates exploring blockchain technology within the financial sector. JP Morgan launched their own coin, JP Morgan coin. So we need to see, whether and when banks and large financial institutions will be ready for that. I think we just now see the first move. We're at the beginning of this, and it will be interesting to see how this evolves. But I definitely see many use cases in the financial sector.
And what do you think about JP Morgan coins? There was a massive hype on the internet about that.
Yeah, it's for sure very positive that such large financial institutions explores blockchain technology. And as I mentioned, it operates mostly on the settlement layer and is a very interesting use case for them. So I think we're looking forward to see more financial institutions getting involved. And we're just at the beginning of this, of embedding blockchain technology within the financial sector. Of course, the starting point of private financial institutions will always be to start with like a permission blockchain, where you basically say, okay, it's me, you, and you that will govern this platform. But I think moving forward, the intention is to go and make it public. But we need to see when this will happen. And in the between, I really do welcome any kind of adoption of blockchain technology, even if it's done in a more private or like enterprise way.
Maybe you think it's a bit strange that at first JP Morgan was quite critical about cryptocurrency, yes, and now they're going to launch their own JP Morgan coin. So, is it logical?
Well, JP Morgan is critical about cryptocurrencies, mostly around massive volatility of cryptocurrencies, retail investors having no clue about what they're doing, starting speculating on very risky assets. So that's something, of course, that should be regulated in the sense that if you do not know what you are investing in, you should be careful. Like the retail investors should be protected. There are already like very complex financial products retail investors cannot get into, right? Just because they do not have sometimes the knowledge to understand what kind of risk they're getting into it. So I think once we're in a situation where there is a clear regulation that acts as protecting the retail investors, not stopping them from entering the space, meaning that if you actually can prove me that you actually know what you're doing, you're welcome to get an exposure, but you should just be aware that it's very volatile. You should just invest whatever you can lose. So I think JP Morgan was mostly critical on these hype from cryptocurrencies, and as I said, being used sometimes. They're not being able to do clear checks at the entrance, so being used sometimes for money laundering, and they were very critical on Bitcoin because there is no way to value that, right? There is no asset to back it, so it's a new technology. But then they use blockchain in their business to make existing processes more efficient, which is, I think, fine. Personally, I mean, we are not, we are happy, even if they were critical on some aspects of cryptocurrency and blockchain that we are personally also critical about sometimes, right? It's not that everything is beautiful, right? There are pros and cons, as in everything. But we are very happy for them using it for what they needed to use in their own private company. I think it's more than welcome. We are looking forward for more corporates to follow the steps.
Can you say some words about your company and your services?
Sure. Eterna Capital is an investment fund. We focus on investing early stage in a blockchain companies, so companies using blockchain technology. We invest in tokens and so digital assets, but as well equity. So we have a long-term horizon. We operate as a VC, so we tend to really invest in very strong teams with disruptive ideas and disruptive technologies, and we tend to support them with our network over the long term. I started the company with other three guys that used to work at BlackRock in London. So what we're trying to do is to also bring these asset management standards to a very new industry and ensure that investors, professional investors, have a fully set up investment vehicle where they can get exposure into this new asset class. And we have now a very broad network where we can get into very high profile deals at the very early stage. So that's why we are always around. We are constantly traveling to meet new projects.
And how many projects did you support at the moment?
At the moment, we have invested in 4 projects. You can see them on our website at eternacapital.com. The 4 projects are Definity, Algorand, that are like blockchain platforms, Eterna Hashgraph, which is a DAG platform, and Origin Protocol, which is a protocol for building sharing economy applications on the blockchain.
Do you believe that blockchain really can change the world? It sounds too ambitious for you.
No, it's not too ambitious, but I'm very skeptical where people, think that something is so amazing that can change everything, right? It will change. It will have for sure a substantial impact, and there'll be some industries where it makes sense, others when it doesn't make sense. And it's important to move beyond the buzzword of saying, blockchain, my God, it's gonna change the world, without knowing, what is actually gonna change, right? So go into the details, look at each specific vertical, think about what's the use case for blockchain within that vertical, and then focus on that. Then the technology evolves, right? So even the amount of industry it can change will evolve.
Thank you very much for such a great interview. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.